Yo, thanks for checking out the podcast. Definitely appreciate it. Make sure that you pass the word on the podcast. I'm 12 Kyle. I gotta be honest, man. It's something I gotta say, and I'm not sure if you understand how this concept goes, but just vibe with me for a second here. You ever do something or see something or say something, and then the first thought that comes to your mind, yo, I'm too old for that. I've come to realize there's certain things in life, and it's okay to get old. We all get older. I am in the process of celebrating this month, December 9th. I turned 43 years old. So I'm not a young guy. I'm not an old guy. I'm in the middle guy. But as I get older, I think I've kind of come to the realization that it's just some things I'm just too old for. And it's not me being an old curmudgeon or me being old and set in my ways. It's just some things, man, I'm just too old for. Case in point. I tried. I actually tried to listen to the radio. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a huge hip hop head. Hip hop is, it's a love of mine. I mean, I still love her. I will always love her. I've been a hip hop head since probably I was 9, 10 years old maybe. So me and hip hop go back a long way. I've seen her grow. I've seen her mature. That being said, I try to listen to the radio, and just really, I'm not gonna say out of curiosity, because there's nothing that appeals to me on the radio. Nonetheless, having young children, teenage boys, I was like, okay, I'll listen for just the duration of time that I'm in the car. I'll listen, okay. So I'm listening, and it just came to me I'm too old for this. I really am. I mean, I'm really too old for today's hip hop. Now, I will say that with a caveat. There are certain things that I just, I don't want to listen to you, snappity rap or the drug rap and all of that stuff. I mean, on one song, okay, I might be able to let you slide, but for 10, 15 straight songs, nah, man, I don't want to hear that. I just don't. I mean, I'm too old for that. I'm set in my ways. I'm not really feeling the vibe or whatever it is that y'all trying to accomplish. And do you? If you like Young Thug, hey, you like it, I love it. Actually, I don't love it, but let's just play along with it. But nah, man, today's music, I'm just too young. I'm too old for it. I'm just too old for that. Just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna. You can sit here and tell me about, yo, this guy right here, this girl right here is really, really not. No, don't get me wrong. There are some artists that I will listen to. Very few new artists, new hip hop artists that I will even give the time of day. But outside of that, I'm too old for it, man. Too old for it. Another thing that I'm too old for, and this is painful to admit, but I'm too old for the hanging out all night and the back-to-back weekend nights. There was a point in time in my life where it was, hanging out was paramount. It was the thing to do. I remember when I first moved here to Atlanta, me and my man Jay Fresh, we would go out. We would literally go out every single night. And we loved it. I mean, we had a ball, yo. It was crazy. I mean, like, we were new in the city. You know, we were here. We had a pocket full of money. It was fun. But that was like 90s. like that was so long ago. Like, I'm just too old. And it's what's funny is, like, now, you know, every now and then, man, I might have those weekends. You know, the fellas come in town. Sometimes my crew come in town, or we get together. We go back home and we hang out. And, you know, Friday night I could do, or Saturday night I could do. Friday and Saturday back to back, can't do it, man. Too old. Went to homecoming this past year at South Carolina State University, where I am a proud alum. Hung out hard Friday night. Got up early Saturday morning. Did the parade, the whole nine, with my wife and Dion. And Saturday went to the game, tailgated, drank, all this good stuff. Saturday night, I was asleep. My crew was calling me like, yo, man, we at this party. I wasn't even answering my phone. I was knocked out. Like, I'm too old, man. I'm too old to be hanging out like that. I just, and don't get me wrong, I love, and any of you listening to this podcast, if you ever come to Atlanta, hit me up and I will take you out. I will show you a good time. We don't necessarily have to do the club, because I'm not really, the club scene has come and gone for your boy. I don't do clubs. I mean, I might, do a little lounge or something like that where I can give my two-step, have a nice little cocktail. That's about it. But yeah, I don't. I'm too old for the club. And I'm definitely too young for the old club, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm too old. I'm too old to be hanging out like that, man. Like, it's just like my body is just. It's not that my body's broken down or anything like that, but I'm just too old for that. Like, it's just like I remember one time going out, and I was like, as soon as I got out and I was on the scene, I was in the club and I was hanging out and the music was loud and the DJ was whack. And that's another thing too. I can't stand a whack DJ, but that's another story for another day. Nonetheless, I got out and I was at the club for 10 minutes and I was like, man, I can't wait to go home. Cause it was just yo, man, I'm too old, man. I'm too old to be hanging out like that. I mean, I had my day, I had my run. Trust me when I tell you, I had a great run. But, and again, if any of you listening out there, you come to Atlanta, hit me up. I'll take you out. I'll meet you out somewhere. We'll hang out, have a good time, have some drinks, laugh, joke. I know all the cool spots. I'm down for the cool out spots. Cause see, the cool out spots, you go there for a couple of hours and you go home. It's not like you, in there all night. Now I will say that I have some friends. One friend in particular who shall remain nameless, Mo. Comes to town, and when he comes to town and he hangs out with me, he literally wants to shut the spot down wherever we are. He wants to shut. If we go to a club or something, he wants to be. He wants to help the DJ put the records up. He wants to be in there till the lights come on. And then you do it's 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock or whatever, and then it's let's go to Waffle House. Waffle House, man, I'm going home, man. I'm tired. So yeah, man, I'm too old to be hanging out. Now, like I said, I like to hang out, still hang out from time to time. At least once a month, try to get out with the fellas or whatever like that. Wife hang out. We'll go out, do dinner or just drinks or whatever. So, I do get out. Don't get me wrong. I'm not somebody who's in the house. In fact, I get out quite a bit, to be honest, which is saying a lot because I used to get out a lot. And really, to be honest, for a married man, I probably got out probably a lot more than most married men did. But I would just be with my friends and it was cool. But yeah, I'm too old. Too old. The other thing I'm too old for is I'm too old to be dressing young. What I mean by that is that, like, I have a certain look. I have clothes, that fit me. Clothes aren't too baggy. They damn sure aren't too tight. But no, I want to dress and look like I'm 43 years old. I don't want to dress, you won't catch me in no skinny jeans, man. That's not me. You won't catch me in, something looking crazy. Like I'm too old to dress young, and I'm too young to dress old, if that makes any sense. What I mean by dress old is, the old guys with the shirt tucked in and the suspenders and the penny loafers, and nah, man. Nah. You got your shirt tucked in, your jeans, and your shirt tucked all the way to your damn socks. No, I'm not doing that. But I'm too old to be dressing young. And what I mean by that is that, I have teenage sons. They dress a certain way. I'm not going to be dressing looking like them. Like, that's like the worst thing. Like, I saw a guy the other day. This guy to be like in his 50s, and he had like cornrows, he had earrings. I'm like, dude, you look like you're trying to look like you're 17. You're not 17 anymore. You're 50. Be 50. Dress like a 50-year-old. Chill. Smoke a cigar or something. Do something that a 50-year-old would do. Don't be around here looking like, a fake rapper. But yeah, so I'm too old to be dressing like I'm young. So conversely, I try to point out people who tend to, who are too old to be dressing like they are young. This could mean you. If you are 30 plus, 35 plus, 40 plus, and you're dressing like you're 21, 22, I don't have to, especially you ladies, I don't have to tell you exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Too old for that. Too old for that. Another thing I'm too old for is that I am too old to be arguing with stupid people. Now, I will say this. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I may or may not like your opinion. In fact, I may think your opinion sucks. I may even tell you that your opinion sucks. But one thing I won't do, I won't argue with you. And I think that's one thing that I think people have really gotten into a bad habit of is, just arguing with people about, dumb stuff and stupid stuff. And I don't have to tell you what's stupid for you to understand exactly what I'm saying. I'm too old to be arguing. Why would I argue with you? Why? I'm not really a confrontational type person. Now, I will say this much, and not being a confrontational person, if I feel something is a certain way, I will stand my ground, dig my heels in, and will not change at all. If I said the sky is red, you best believe I'm going to stick with the fact that it's red until I don't want to say it anymore. So, that being said, I'm not going to sit in there and argue with you. And, some people are just, what I've found is over a period of time, is that some people are just argumentative. And I really don't have time to argue, man. I don't have time for foolishness. That's another thing I'm too old for. I'm too old for the foolishness. And there's a lot of foolishness going on. There's foolishness. You log into your computer or you turn on your phone and you log into social media sites. It's just foolishness. A lot of stuff is, I don't have time for it. I'm too old for it. I'm just too old to be I know people who, constantly debate people on things on Facebook and Twitter. And there's nothing wrong with a good debate, but I'm too old for that. I'm too old to be going back and forth because you know what? You got your agenda. You have your ideas. So you're not going to change that. and you're not going to change mine. So, why would I argue with someone who I don't even know? That's just dumb. Nonetheless, too old for that, man. I'm too old for that. What else? I'm too old for a lot of things. I think, over a period of time, you just realize, like, just some things you're just too old for. Like, I'm too old for. I mentioned arguing with people. That's and that just came back to me again. Like, I am so far removed from arguing with people. That's just not. It's not in my DNA, man. It's just not something that I want to do. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. I am too old for just nonsense and foolishness, man. I have to repeat that again. Just nonsense and foolishness. And that's whatever I deem it to be. Just too old for it. One thing I'm too old for, I'm too old to be out here running around athletically like I'm 22. And what I mean by that is that at 22, I was on a college football scholarship. Now, I am the firm believer in keeping myself in shape. I'm a firm believer in working out. That said, I'm no longer on scholarship. So I'm too old to be in the gym trying to press 400 pounds. What you trying to press 400 pounds for? Who you trying to impress? I ain't trying to impress nobody. Because I don't want a hernia. I don't want to pull my shoulder. I don't want to tear my rotator cuff because I thought I could throw up 325 10 times. No. I'm not on scholarship anymore. I'm not battling defensive backs anymore. I'm too old to be in the gym trying to set world records or personal records. If I ain't get the record at 22, 23 when I had to lift weights, bruh, I'm not doing it now. And that's no knock on you workout warriors. I see you, running, people post that they run these 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 miles and stuff. Hey, knock yourself out. Personally, I don't have to run 6 miles, so I'm not going to run 6 miles. I commend anybody who runs 6 miles. I'm not running 6 miles. I might run 2 or 3 on a treadmill. That's me. That's where I'm at. I understand where my lane is. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that you could take away from this podcast. I'm too old for certain things, but I know my limitations. I know where my lane is. And I think sometimes as you get older, you kind of forget where your lane is and you think that you can do things that you used to do. Nah, man, you can't. You just can't. And more than anything else, as you get older, as I mentioned, I'm 43 now. Father Time is undefeated. Undefeated. Father Time is winning. Go ask Kobe. Go ask Peyton Manning. Go ask Tiger. Ask all of those people. I mean, Father Time is undefeated. So, you can't. You can go to the club and dance if you want. But if you drop down and get your eagle on, I mean, hey, you might have sore quads in the morning. If you try to scrub the ground. you might pull a hamstring. Hey man, I'm just keeping it real, keeping it honest with you, keeping it 100 with you. Know your limitations. But yeah, man, I mean, all in all, it's a lot of things I'm just too old for. I'm just giving you just a few. You just have to understand your limitations and then understand who you are and where you are in your life. And then it's okay to say, you know what? I'm too old for this. I'm too old to be here. I'm too old to be up this early. I'm too old to be up this late. I'm too old to be eating this greasy food. That's another one too. Yeah, too old to be eating a lot of greasy food, man. I don't eat all that stuff, man. Nonetheless, what are you too old for? That's the end of this podcast. I'll holler at you next time. Peace.